Elon Musk tells Tesla employees to return to the office full-time or resign. LeBron James is now officially a billionaire. We've got risks of the road facing Indy and a bicyclist. Friend of the show, Rachel Krause, will be along. And we've got Sean Ash talking about beautiful weather as we head into the weekend, Felicia.
Oh, my goodness. It was gorgeous today, Sean.
It was. We're in cruise control. I mean, I'm going to give you the clicker here.
Serious?
I'm going to take the next day off and make it a 3-day weekend.
Nice.
Hey, I want to show you an awesome picture. This is pure Indiana here.
Look at that.
That is so nice.
This is from It's Poultry in Motion. I misspelled her handle earlier.
What would you do there?
Isn't that amazing?
That would be a
like a
romantic picnic under the tree.
Yeah,
Nice.
Absolutely.
That's not what
Beautiful
y'all had
stuff
in
here. That's
mind.
postcard material, by the way. We want to say thanks. Check her Instagram out and her Twitter. She's got this. She kind of educated me on the benefits of farm-raised eggs.
Nice.
And she actually, if you guys are interested.
See, we had a moment because that's
right.
totally trending today. Like it's a new millennial thing. Get you some chickens and get your own eggs.
She's taking orders, and she said she would drop off. She said she would drop. If you guys, and her son is in 4A, so
we got to do that.
Yeah.
if you guys want, there is a massive difference in taste, by the way.
Okay.
So all right,
There you go.
let's carry on. Here's the deal. So last night we were talking about how muggy the air was. Tonight, that is not the case. If you've been out at site at all, you know for sure. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the lower 50s. So a comfortable start. ACs are off at my house. Muggy meter is going to stay down. Windows are open. Here's the deal. Yeah, muggy meter is down. We're just living the dream tonight and this weekend. Just like Billy Ray, we are looking good. We are feeling good. Now, speaking of the weekend, and I'll have an update on this, but we've actually got tropical storm watches up for Central and South Florida. And this could be the first tropical system for the Gulf and the Atlantic going into the weekend. That would be Alex, by the way, if that happens. I'll have more on that coming up at 11 o'clock. That will not impact us.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
A lot of folks watching us tonight. We've got Teresa saying, hey, Felicia, you are looking gorgeous in your dress.
Thank you. It's a top and a skirt.
Tanya says, I'm not a huge egg fan.
Okay.
Kim says, terrific evening weather-wise. Good to have you with us, Kim. Roger from Brooklyn tonight. Good to have you with us, Roger. Deb says, beautiful day in Wabash.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see, we've got Ralph watching us. Joyce is back saying today's weather was perfect. Stan in Noblesville tonight. Tim from Davenport, Iowa tonight for a couple of days. Teresa saying hi, Sean, Scott, and Angela. Joyce from Versailles. Cindy from Greencastle. Got a lot of friends with us tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll get back to Sean, talk more a little bit about your weekend as we steam into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But let's turn our attention to one of our big stories that we're going to cover tonight at 11. Last night we talked about the bicycling issues around our state. Friend of the show, Rachel Krause, back with Chapter 2 tonight, another angle on this story.
Yeah, so whereas laws that would protect cyclists, pedestrians, anyone that's out on the roads, you can make some immediate changes in the city of Indianapolis, as well as cycling advocates are working to make those changes in the immediate future to protect people from getting hit and killed on the roads, which we've very tragically seen last October when cyclist Frank Radiker was hit and killed along the Monon crossing at 86th Street, and yesterday with another cyclist hit in a hit and run just on the south side. So what they are pushing for are a bunch of different pieces of safety advocacy, and this is some video I actually shot earlier today out at 86 in the Monon Trail, and I saw so many cars whizzing past going well over the speed limit. I watched multiple people run red lights, not yellow lights, very red lights, people going as fast as they could, many cyclists having to wait 1, 2, 3 cycles through of the light just to be able to cross safely, people parking in the intersections, parking in the crosswalks, they weren't able to get through. It was really very hectic out there and really easy to see why there were a lot of near misses that cyclists are reporting out there. You can see that car backing up and not sure because the cyclists are coming around.
Scott, you got to do better, Scott.
That does look like my car, but that is not me behind the wheel.
Oh, okay.
I would hope you would have waved.
Right.
Yeah, so they are working to make different safety changes. So specifically here, some cycling advocates have been calling for a bridge or a tunnel that might cost $10 to $12 million. So is that feasible? They're hoping for some different safety changes in the meantime, like those different ridges where you would bump along and kind of force people to slow down, some bumps that will force people to slow down, having trail crossing speed limits, just like you would have school speed limits, so you go 20 miles an hour, so people would have to slow down there to better protect cyclists. They say there's really just a lot that can be done to protect it, and I spoke with a city county council member about that earlier today.
We need to start making very smart investments in street narrowing, putting streets on a diet essentially and making them more narrow. That's a real signal to drivers to slow down and to watch out for other users of the streets. I think there's a lot more we could be doing with painting streets to remind people to slow down and to be cautious when you're driving. I think every bike lane that we put in place should have all the most current thinking on protecting cyclists from motorists. So every step we can take, I think we should be taking.
Now, interestingly enough, the Indy City Council is going to be actually taking a look at a plan, and it's called Complete Streets. And they actually already have something like this in place called Complete Streets. They enacted it 10 years ago, but it's not that strong of a program right now. There's no real compliance for it. There's no real accountability or transparency within the city for Complete Streets. But what it does is it essentially says anytime a new road is built, they have to consider all road users, pedestrians, cyclists, and cars on the road. Now they are going to be putting together a stricter version of that Complete Streets plan, so that if, for example, they do not add like bike lanes or a sidewalk, they have to then explain why they are not going to be adding that, and they have to be able to prove that to the public and show exactly what they are doing and how they are taking the safety measure seriously. And one interesting piece of the Complete Streets plan that they are intending to revamp is that they would have to send out a team if there is a fatal crash to determine if the infrastructure played any kind of a role in that, and what, if anything, should be changed.
That's
and
thorough.
giving the community more of a voice for that. Now, City County Council will be voting on that on Monday.
Okay.
That's thorough.
We'll get more of Rachel's story coming up tonight on 13 News at 11. Do want to talk about a couple of the other stories making news today. We learned today that LeBron James is now officially a billionaire, the first billionaire active player from the NBA. This is according to Forbes magazine. Listen to the kind of money that he made last year. LeBron James made $121 million playing basketball last year. Forbes says he now has a net worth of $1 billion. He made $385 million playing basketball in his career with the Cavs, the Heat, now of course the Lakers, and made nearly $900 million off the court through endorsements and business ventures. Forbes says Michael Jordan didn't become a billionaire until he had been retired 10 years. So we knew LeBron James is worth a lot of money, but tonight, according to Forbes, worth $1 billion.
Yeah, this is big news.
Amazing.
It's amazing. It's astonishing. And it speaks to his talent, but it also speaks to who he is as a person, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, you know, just for full disclosure, I'm from Chicago, so Team MJ, if you're going to put that out there. Team MJ. But LeBron James hasn't, gone wrong in terms of being a good human being. And, we haven't had any like news stories or scandals. So I feel like that also plays into a lot of his success too. He's been a stand-up human being. Certainly off the court. I know on the court, some people have opinions.
Well, certainly when he comes to, Indiana, Pacer fans remember those years when he was with the Heat, and there were
back in the glory days.
A lot of bandwagon fans that would fill up Bankers Life Fieldhouse back in the day. But he's made a lot of money, and to your point, he's done very well off the court too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Kind of fascinating because I've actually followed his career since he was a sixth grader.
Really? Isn't that amazing?
Oh yeah, it's over in Akron, and so he was playing varsity basketball, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
And,
How tall was he then?
by the time he was a senior, you could tell. This was a different cat, and you knew he was going to be an immediate impact. So
he's 6'6" now, right?
Yeah,
I think he's 6'6".
He's basically a tight end playing basketball.
Right. Let us know if you're a LeBron fan or not. Give us kind of a thumbs up or down on LeBron, but certainly with the movies that he's put together, the production company off the court.
This says 6'9". Sorry.
6'9", a little taller.
And then I was like, maybe it's 6'8", 6'9". That's pretty large. If he was playing, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now it's kind of interesting because it seems like he wants to play until his son
Yes.
Bronny
Yep.
gets to the NBA.
That
So
would be
what I
cool.
think he's 37 at this point.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
can look that up, too.
Okay, you'll be looking that up.
37, but when you consider all the deep playoff
Sure.
runs
Oh yeah,
from a basketball age standpoint,
yeah. He's got a
older,
lot of
you know.
miles.
He
on
is
those,
37.
legs,
Got
yeah.
a lot of appeal. you
All
know.
right, so go ahead
37.
and give us your opinion on LeBron. The other story we wanted to talk about, did you happen to see what Elon Musk reportedly told Tesla workers? According to CNBC and other publications, Musk told Tesla workers either come back into the office full-time or resign. So apparently he says, if you don't show up, we will assume you have resigned. Anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office for a minimum of 40 hours per week or depart Tesla. This is less than we ask of factory workers, he goes on to say. If there are particularly exceptional contributors for who this is impossible, I'll review and approve those exceptions directly. Musk says, Tesla has and will create and actually manufacture the most exciting and meaningful products of any company on the earth. This will not happen by phoning it in.
Seems a little out of touch to me.
Yeah, 100% out of touch. He's basically saying, I mean, that the people at home got lazy during COVID.
I mean, I'm surprised they're not back in the office now.
Or maybe it's one of these hybrid schedules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe where they're in 20 hours and home 20 hours. I suppose it would depend on what function they have, what kind of job they do at Tesla. But it was sort of interesting that, look, you're either in the office 40 hours a week or
Yeah.
you're out of here, basically.
Yeah, but don't make a blanket statement like that. It's judgmental. It wasn't just like, okay, everyone come back to work. It was judgmental. And I don't like the opinion of a billionaire.
So how would you feel if your boss came to you and said, look, you either come into the office full-time or you resign? What do you think?
Yeah.
Give us your comments. Let us know what you think. We just thought it was kind of an interesting conversation.
I'd like to note we're all here.
Well, you know, during the pandemic, you know, there were only a few of us allowed in the TV station, and a lot of people were working remotely, and I think some people got used to that, comfortable with that, enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Other people wanted to be back in the building, so.
How are you? You were ready to come back?
Well, I mean, initially I'm like, oh, okay, I'll be at home. The kids are going to be at home.
Right.
Sure. Yeah. Took about a day and a half to figure out
See,
that wasn't
you wanted
gonna
a
fly.
break. You wanted to come to work for a
I didn't
break.
want a break. It was just trying to, kids that weren't going to be able to manage these tablets on their own. Me trying to do my job just wasn't going to happen. You know? And I discovered that very quickly. So, yeah.
I think if you can do your job well and from home, great. Then what's the issue here? You know?
Right.
Yeah. Did you like working from home or not?
I loved it, but I will say I'm a little lazy when I'm at home because I'll put on my pajamas and I hang out with my cat Spaghetti and I'm just rocking around. I get a little distracted, but I always get everything in on time. And if not, I'm going to always stay extra to make sure I'm getting everything in by the end of the day to make sure, because we have deadlines here. I have to make that deadline regardless. So
I loved it.
I'll do it.
I thrived working from home. I got everything in. I got workouts in. Like, I loved it. I mean, I still gained weight, but I loved it.
Well, people are chatting a little bit about this. Let's see. Tanya saying, I work with wires, so I have to go to work. I'm not bringing my work home. I don't want to carry those heavy machines.
Makes sense.
And people are commenting on Rachel's story. Hey, guys from Peru, this is Jim talking. Help protect us. Avoid bike riders. Too many of us being killed. And Jim saying it's Elon's company, exclamation point. So look, Elon Musk
He writes the checks.
He writes the checks. He makes the rules. It'll be interesting to see if he ends up buying and acquiring Twitter. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I have Tesla stock, so yeah, you guys get back to work.
Okay, there you go.
That's cool.
Let's get back to the forecast now. Find out wake up weather tomorrow.
Looks great. I mean, comfortable.
Yeah.
Low mid 50s, right in my wheelhouse here. Not going to be real muggy. And we are rain free until early next week. Weekend is looking spectacular.
You mentioned tomorrow would be a good day to take the day off.
Yeah. If you need me to
Sign a
you
permission
need to
slip.
sign a permission slip, we'll do it.
Good luck with that one.
I've got the sunshine. I have to stay
All right. For Rachel, Felicia, Sean, I'm Swan. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. We'll see you over on 13 at 11. Good night.